I'm seeing like structures, I'm seeing buildings, I'm seeing all sorts. We're just looking out of this balcony now, and it's like there's a celestial city and structures, and it's like her house in particular was on like a mount where she could see all of it. This woman basically comes up to me and we start talking, and then she says, "Oh, hi, my name's Wisdom." And he's like, "Oh, I'm Knowledge." I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." I'm still aware of my physical body, but I am gone. So amongst religion, there's this really common notion that heaven is a place that you can only access once you die. I don't agree with that, and I don't believe it's true, and I'm going to be explaining why. Not only within their own texts do teachers and key figures say otherwise, but people like myself and thousands of others experience heaven on a consistent basis. And today I'm going to be sharing with you guys the first time that I experienced heaven, the first time I went to heaven. And you know, the heavens are multi-dimensional, but for simplicity purposes, I'm just going to share what happened so you guys can understand what I'm talking about. So for context, around this time in my life, I was already meditating consistently, doing the exercise that I have in my meditation guide, which you guys can get. And I was doing that every day. But around this time, I made some friends who were also training towards the same thing. We were all mystics in training. We wanted to sharpen our abilities, you know, our ability to spirit travel. We would practice our senses, all of that good stuff. And so on this day, it was me and my friend. We weren't in the same room. We were doing this over a call. He used to basically keep me accountable. And so on this particular day, we were doing this scripture meditation that I have in my guide, and we were using that as a doorway into experience. And on this particular day, we decided that we were going to engage the spirit of wisdom. The spirit of wisdom is one of the 7 spirits that exist within the heavenlies that you can meet, talk to, etc., etc. They're responsible for helping us with our training and our development in the kingdom. We're, you know, doing the meditation, and around this time, I have a journal where I write down everything. And so when I'm telling you these stories, like I'm literally going back from when I first started. I'm going to bring you lot through a lot of things so that when you guys start to experience the same things, you can understand and be like, oh, okay, I'm not alone. But I'm lying down, playing the scripture, saying it to myself over and over again, and I'm letting myself sink away or sink into what's going on. And this was an accident because I didn't know you could intentionally just visit heaven in this way. But what happens is, all of a sudden, I lose consciousness of the physical room that I'm in. Literally like this. This physical room, I lose all consciousness of it. I'm still aware of my physical body, but I am gone. I'm sunk. I'm deep into a place to the point where there is nothing physical that's distracting me. So it's like, I can't see this. I can't see anything. I'm aware of my physical body being in a space, but all of a sudden I'm in a field. It reminds me of the film Tomorrowland. It's like a Disney film where they have these pins, and as soon as they touch the pin, it's like they're seeing a completely different dimension, but they're still aware of their physical body in a space. It was like that. The only difference is I was able to move without moving my physical body. I'm there in this field, right? And I'm so confused. I'm like, wait, what is this? Because I've never experienced anything like this before. And I look up and it's like I'm on a field, but this field is elevated because I can see that there's a cliff edge. I'd say about 30, 40, maybe 50 meters ahead of me. But the first thing that I notice is this massive building. I wouldn't call it a palace because it wasn't as big as a palace, but it was like a house, right? It was a house. It was quite a large house. And so me being me, I get up and I just start walking. I'm just like, okay, I want to see what's in this house. So I walk up to the house and I walk inside of the house. And the first thing that I see when I walk into this house is there are stairs that lead up to a top floor on either side. And if you keep walking straight, there's this really long table. And so I walk straight and I'm looking at this really long table. And then there's a man sitting at one end of the table, at the other end. Now I walk up to him, We don't exchange many words, but I discern that he's also a mystic, and he's someone that was just there for some reason, doing what he was doing, friendly vibes, no sort of issues, no beef, no war, whatever. So I just left him to do his thing, but he was sitting there. Anyway, I then come out and go upstairs, and there's this woman. This woman basically comes up to me, and we start talking, and then she says, "Oh, hi, like, my name's Wisdom." And I'm just like, "Oh, this is pretty cool." She then takes me to a balcony, right? This is the top floor of the house. There's red carpet in the house, by the way. She takes me to the balcony, and we're just looking out at this balcony now, and it's like there's a celestial city and structures, and it's like her house in particular was on like a mount where she could see all of it. And I'm just looking, and I'm like, whoa, like, this is awesome. This is amazing, because I'm seeing like structures, I'm seeing buildings, I'm seeing all sorts. And I've never experienced anything like this before. So I'm just there, I'm just enjoying it. I'm like, and then this male spirit also then appears, and he's like, "Oh, I'm knowledge." I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." Like, at the time, I didn't really understand or know how to interact with them, but I was meeting them, which was pretty cool, right? Because this was involuntary. Like, I was just trying to engage the spirit of wisdom, and then I ended up being taken to where she resides and meeting her. And so, yeah, we're just chilling on this balcony. Now, she says a whole lot of stuff. Obviously, there's some stuff that I'm not willing to share, or that I can't share right now. I'm condensing like quite a long experience into a short video so you guys can get the gist of what's possible. But essentially, I stay there for a while. There's a thread. It's like a cord that was connecting like everything in the house together, being wise. So there was a thread from when I walked in that went to Wisdom, but also went to the guy sitting on the table. And it was like this, it was a really cool thread. Not like a physical like cloth or like thread that you could actually touch. It was like a spiritual thing that was connecting them, and you could actually see it, which was pretty awesome, because I wanted to learn how I could then be tethered up to that same stream where I'm connected to Wisdom in that kind of way. On this balcony, I'm just looking, enjoying, just taking it all in, and then basically I then, come out of the experience because it's time to leave. And I'm like coming out, and I'm obviously regaining consciousness of my physical body. And I'm just like, whoa, what was that? I didn't know that this was possible. And I remember literally telling my friend at the time over the phone, like, "Yo, I just met Wisdom, da 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 da." And he was like, "Yes." And to him, it wasn't a shock or surprise, because he's also moved in these types of things, like translation and being taken into different realms and all sorts of stuff. So it's normal talk for us. But I just wanted to share that with you guys to let you know that heaven is accessible, very easy to access. I may do some guided meditations to teach you how to access heaven, but as soon as you accept your divinity and choose to activate and walk in your sonship or your spirituality, the heavenly realms opens. And it's no longer a thing where you have to try to obtain heaven or obtain or get there. It's a thing of where you decide to visit your home. In the same way, I just walk into my home, like in the physical. There's no reason why you shouldn't be able to walk around and view and experience and relax and rest in your home now. You don't have to die to get there. And I know many people like myself who understand this, and so we access heaven consistently when and however we choose to. So with that, I just want this to be a bit of encouragement, or an encouragement for you guys starting off on your journey. Heaven is open and available for anyone who wants to experience it and live from there, because the whole purpose of us being here is we're here to make earth look like heaven. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. That's the blueprint. That's the mandate that we've been given as sons and daughters for this time. And so we can't make earth look like heaven if we don't know what heaven looks like. With that, guys, as I said, my meditation guide for those who want to begin to get into this stuff is available literally in the description. You can grab that. It has everything that a beginner needs, and even intermediates, all the things that you will or should expect to experience when you start meditating, how to do it, how to keep the practice healthy, how to increase and grow and develop it. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say really. Love you guys and take care.